You aren't doing money wrong. You are just working for a ghost. I see you. You are salaried. You are working 50 hours a week. You are cutting back on discretionary spending. And yet, at the end of every month, you feel like you are standing on a treadmill that is slowly, imperceptibly increasing in speed. You look at your paycheck, you look at your career trajectory, and you think, I should be doing better than this. I need you to take a deep breath and set that shame down. Because the financial friction you are feeling is not a personal failure. It is the symptom of a macroeconomic sickness. For the last decade, we have been operating under the assumption that if you just work hard, the market will reward you. But what happens when the company you work for, or the competitors in your industry, are actually dead? What happens when they are no longer trying to innovate or grow, but are simply surviving to pay interest to a bank? Today, we are talking about the zombie business economy. Mature firms are consistently failing to cover their debt service from their profits, yet they do not exit the market. They defy the natural law of economics, which is creative destruction. They are kept alive by a system that refuses to let them die. And they're dragging down prices, wages, and productivity to understand why you feel stuck. We have to look at the enemy. And the enemy is not your daily latte. The enemy is a systemic policy called credit forbearance. In a healthy economy, when a company fails, it goes bankrupt. Its assets are released to be absorbed by better companies. But regular banks, terrified of booking losses on their own balance sheets, stopped foreclosing on bad businesses. They extended the terms of the loans. They created a feedback loop of evergreening, subsidizing inefficiency. This behavior created the zombie firm. By strict definition, a true zombie meets specific criteria. It can't pay interest from profits, it's older than 10 years, and the market sees no future in it. The probability of a zombie firm remaining a zombie rose from about 60% in the 1980s to nearly 85%. So, how does a corporate balance sheet issue affect your stress and your family's cash flow? We call it the drag chain effect. Zombies lock up capital and hoard labor. Let's look at Sarah. Sarah is a mid-level manager at a legacy logistics company. She has pitched new tools to make her department faster, but budget is always tight. She hasn't had a raise in 4 years. Sarah doesn't know her company is a zombie. Because they spend every dollar on old loans, they have zero capital for R&D. Sarah isn't failing. She is trying to run a race while chained to a corpse. Because zombies are desperate for cash to pay the bank, they slash prices below cost, crushing the whole industry's margins. Look at Japan's lost decade, where banks kept unprofitable construction firms alive just to avoid booking losses. They flooded the market, suppressing prices and preventing healthy, innovative competitors from gaining market share. When zombies slash prices, healthy companies have to lower prices to compete. They freeze hiring and cut your bonuses. Capital is sunk into legacy balance sheets rather than funding the frontier of innovation. So how do you survive? You stop blaming yourself, and you start actively auditing your environment. I call this the quiet reallocation protocol. Step 1. The exposure audit. Is your company older than 10 years and failing to innovate? Are executives talking about cost containment while the physical infrastructure decays? You cannot outwork a bad balance sheet. Step 2. The capital buffer. Zombies survive on low interest rates, but a purge eventually happens. You must aggressively hoard cash to build a war chest, creating psychological safety when the market corrects. In an economy where corporations have no safety net, your personal liquidity is your ultimate leverage. Step 3. The premium pivot. You need to move your human capital to the healthy side of the economy. Stop discounting your labor by staying loyal to a company that cannot afford to invest in you. Quietly identify the firms in your sector that are acquiring new technology and expanding. Offer them your skills. You are living in an era where the financial system has temporarily suspended the rules of economic gravity. The survival of unproductive firms has created a congested market that makes upward mobility feel like walking through thick mud. But once you see the zombies, you stop taking the stagnation personally. Quiet your mind. Run the exposure audit. Build your capital buffer and prepare to pivot. Stay calm and keep your money quiet.